Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. If you're ready to take control of your destiny, build wealth, and live life on your own terms, this is the place for you. Each week, Nat and I will talk about business, franchising, and personal growth to help make you more successful.
Good morning, Sean.
Morning, Pete.
Man, I'm pumped up today.
I can't imagine why.
It's hard to believe, right? I am pumped up because, as you know, I'm being a snowbird here in Florida. And my good friend, my lifetime friend, my best man at my wedding is actually coming down to Florida today. And that is really cool because he's escaping. They just had that blizzard, 2 feet of snow and 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And so he's escaping. I'm going to show him what this snowbird stuff is.
Yeah, that sounds like a good weekend for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And life is about having good friends. And I'm really excited to introduce Bob McQuillan, another great friend of mine, the Chief Development Officer for Body 20. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you, Pete, and thank you, Sean. It's great to be here. Looking forward to this conversation.
No, Bob, I got to tell you.
I got out of bed and I got to talk to Pete. I can't wait. Today's going to be great.
Oh, man, I love it. Now, Bob, I got to tell you, I'm a little upset with you.
Oh, no. What'd I do?
Yep, I'm upset. You didn't tell me, you're a Florida resident, and you didn't tell me how great Florida is in the month of February. So I'm a little upset that you didn't tell me sooner.
We're trying to keep this a secret, Pete. We don't need everybody coming down here.
Well, it sure seems like I'm on the road. So almost everybody is here, right?
Right.
That's unbelievable. Well,
Yeah.
Bob, it's always great. You are a really good friend and an industry expert in franchising. And you're with one of the most exciting franchise concepts out there today, Body 20.
It is. It has been one heck of a ride, and our friendship means a lot, Pete. So I'm excited about today, but I'm more excited about, it's when you get into franchising, it's the people, right? And we have an amazing team that we put together and an amazing concept. And it's, it might not revolutionize, but it's certainly going to be a disruptor in the industry.
Absolutely. Now, how did you find your way to Body 20?
Actually, a colleague of yours, a gentleman by the name of Trent, had introduced me. Actually, he asked me to help him evaluate this brand because he was going to bring it in the inventory for other consultants to represent and sell. Yeah. And I said, I first I don't know about this. I'm retired. I don't need a job. And then I looked at it and I'm like, holy smokes, this is a unicorn. And I had to learn more and ended up buying part of the company and opening locations myself.
Okay, so let's make sure you're like Tom Brady. You decide to retire and then you come back out of retirement,
just
right?
like
Stuff
Tom
like
Brady,
that.
Yeah.
You probably got Tom Brady money too.
I'm called a goat in my household for different reasons.
All right, so you got invited. You bought into the company from that standpoint. Now let's talk a little bit about Body 20. Body 20
Sure.
is personal training, but it's personal training like nobody else does it.
It's one-on-one training. People come to our facility, and the first time they try it out, it's kind of strange because you get in the suit, right? And you've done the workout, Pete. So it's like no other workout you've ever done. And after your initial workout, which is 12 minutes, you feel like you just ran 12 miles. Right? Am I getting that right, Pete?
Oh, you're right. I mean, I'm sweating. I look like I was half dead after 12 minutes. It was unbelievable.
I watched sweat drip off your face like you were sitting in a steam bath. It's exhilarating. People love it. You burn 500 to 1,000 calories in a 20-minute period, and they can't get enough because you only have to do this once or twice a week.
Yeah, you get hooked on it, right? And you can only do it a couple times a week because it's that impactful.
That's correct. And just to give everybody an idea of how impactful it is, if you and I go to the gym today, we lift weights for about 2 hours, we're going to contract our muscles approximately 1,500 to 1,800 times. In 20 minutes in our workout, we will contract your muscles 36,000 times. So there's the difference.
You hack something I hate. I hate working out, and you make it, well, I won't say easy, but it's a lot faster for sure, and you don't have to do as much.
It's a guaranteed, Pete, it's a guaranteed workout in 20 minutes. You have no choice but to go through it. And you could go to the gym for 2 hours, be on your cell phone, take a call, walk around a little bit, look in the mirror, and might not have a great workout in 2 hours. In 20 minutes, you'll get more than you bargained for.
Yeah. And so there's benefits, right? From the standpoint of this is a great way to lose weight because you're burning calories so fast from that standpoint. But there's also kind of the medical side where you're rebuilding muscles. And that's a significant thing as we get older or we have injuries.
Well, you're right about that. I mean, obviously, this is designed to remove the bad weight, the fat, right, and basically replace it with muscle. You'll replace about a half a pound of muscle, or you'll gain a half pound of muscle every couple of weeks with this workout. And it is I mean, we don't advertise it's a healing device, but certainly electromuscular stimulation has been around for 60, 70 years. Most people know it is either after a surgery or an injury, trying to rehab a muscle group or a muscle set or a specific muscle, or maybe you've gone to the chiropractor and have put a TENS pad put on your back. This is very similar, a very different delivery system. It feels like more like a vibration effect, but it is absolutely a device that we use for fitness that can be very beneficial from a medical perspective.
Yeah, right. And I just read about what is that actor that just got ran over by the snowplow, Jeremy
Reiner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just read that he was using kind of the same technology used to rebuild his body after that horrific accident.
Yeah, he's using it. It's not our device, but it's okay. It's the same, conceptually, it is the same thing. And it certainly will look for people that have been injured, people that have gone through some serious things in their lives from a medical perspective. Using this device is a great way if you're not ambulatory, if you have a difficulty getting up out of bed or have back issues. This is certainly something you can use that can really focus on that specific muscle group that has been compromised.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, so Body 20, how many franchisees do you guys have now?
Approximately 75 right now.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
that's significant growth in a very short amount of time.
It's been, I joined the company, actually became a partner about a year and a half ago, a little over a year and a half ago. And we've now have grown the company from, I think we had 25 locations sold. We're over 200 now.
Wow.
10 new deals just yesterday alone.
Wow.
It's exploded, and we've overhired for the growth. So we're looking to open another 65 to 70 locations this year, Pete.
So let's talk about that. So you've got explosive growth, you're adding franchisees, you're hiring in advance. So when I become a franchisee, you actually help me find the location, optimize the space, build it out, all that kind of, you're kind of involved by their side the whole way?
Every step of the process. We're think of it as holding your hands through the process, because 90% of our franchisees have never owned a business before. They've come from corporate backgrounds, whether it's accounting or in healthcare, medical, IT. I mean, those are some of the major backgrounds that they come from. And what we've seen is, because of their great skill sets, they work phenomenally in our system. But what they need help with is, just like you said, how do I find real estate? They've never negotiated commercial real estate before,
sure.
Right? What do I do when I go to a lease? How do I market this and drive customers to our business? Every step of the process, we're holding their hand through it. We don't do everything for them. We show them what to do. We teach them, we educate them, and then we continue to support them along the way.
Yeah, and this is a business where, again, you help, you have your marketing model that you start marketing 90 days before you ever open up for your first training session, right? And I think you guys do something special. Don't you go to like Whole Foods or Orange Theories and do demos and show people what the technology's like?
We do. We're very community based, so we want to take a first foot forward. Not only just go to other businesses and show them what we do, but help other businesses. We'll go have a customer appreciation day at a certain business, and we'll set up a table. We'll buy gift cards from that business, and we'll give them out to people that come in and do the workout. Right? They put these armbands on. They do the curls. They do presses, tricep extensions, and after a 2-minute workout, the next day they're so sore they can't pick up their cell phone, and they're like, "Oh my God, what if my body was in that suit?" Right? So the light bulb goes off. The business appreciates it because they've got more of their customers coming through the door, and they can get more revenue. And it's just a great community event.
Yeah, no, I think that is all about community. Now, what do you look for in terms of franchisees? So as you're looking for franchise partners, what characteristics are you looking for?
Sure. A great communication skill set is really important. Leadership qualities, multitasking abilities. Most of our franchises, Pete, they're owned by operators that aren't in the business every day. They're working on the business and leading and managing and motivating their team. So it's really important for them to have those types of skill sets. And the other two, Pete, that I see are the most important, and they don't have to be accountants, but having a good sense of the numbers, of the financials, right?
Sure.
And the other part of that is if they can navigate their way around specific software programs. So if they have a good feel for technology and finances are really, really important in any business. But particularly when you're working an executive model, you've got to manage by the analytics, right? And that's what we're driving.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we talk about executive model, I don't have to quit my corporate job if I don't want to. I can keep my corporate job, keep my corporate income. I can start the franchise side. I got to put a manager in place. I got to watch over that manager and lead that manager and set the direction of the business. But I don't have to be there every day. Is that correct?
That's correct. And Pete, you know me, right? Anything that I've represented or owned, I've also done it at the street level. So what I mean by that is, and I did it at Hand and Stone. I did it before that at Hollywood Tans. I've owned tanning salons. I owned Hand and Stone massage and facial spas. At Body 20, I'm a perfect example of the question you just asked. So I'm opening up a minimum to start 6 locations in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. And I'm not going to be there. I've got a company, to help run with my partners, and we've got to continue to drive sales. So I'll have managers in each location, and Body 20 will teach you how to manage your employees, and more importantly, how to bring somebody in and empower them to run the day-to-day business.
Yeah. And you help them find that kind of key manager, right? You guys have a set process, a company that helps them find that lead manager.
We do. We have actually in a couple different avenues. We have one that will help them find the manager. We have a staffing service that's solely involved in fitness. And they will find, and I would say over 90% of our managers have come through that staffing service. The other point of it is we use this software program that once they put an ad in for either a sales associate or a trainer, we call them coaches, but a trainer, if they want to hire people for their own business in whatever town they're in, we have a software program that we populate that information. Once they put the ad in, it goes to 33 different platforms, Pete. Wow. So we not only help them with the manager, we help them drive activity from an employee perspective as well.
Yeah, and you don't need a lot of employees, but you got to find those employees. And we're all worried about that in today's world, about finding good employees. And it sounds like you guys have the resources or have the infrastructure in place to help the franchisees find those very important team members.
We do. And, the funnest thing about this is we are a cool business. If you were to tell anybody, Pete, like before you worked out, had you not known me, you probably would have never worked out in our suit, right? You would have never done an electromuscular stimulation workout for fitness. But once people understand what this is, business, we have this groundswell of activity that happens. And all of a sudden, what young person wouldn't want to come in here, earn great commissions and an hourly wage and work in a business like this? It's so new, it's cutting edge, it's technology. It's really, I mean, if you look at it, we're kind of like a technology business built inside a fitness concept that is exploding.
Yeah, your technology business just happens to be in personal training, I believe. Yeah. Right. And when I went through my workout, my trainer, I had a good talk with him, a young guy. He'd been a trainer and stuff like that. And he goes, it was life-changing coming to Body 20 because he goes, I started doing the workouts here. And he goes, I lost 30 pounds. So here's a person that's a trainer and starts doing it and loses 30 pounds. So Yeah. And unfortunately, I need to do more of those workouts because I need to lose 30 pounds.
You and me both, Pete. We all do.
Right. All right. Very good. And, as we step back a little further, so what do you look for in terms of if you said, hey, listen, not necessarily Body 20, but to be a successful entrepreneur like you, because I know you've owned multiple different businesses. What characteristics do you think are important to be a successful business owner?
Well, it starts with the work ethic, right? Work ethic and experience, I think, are your infrastructure or your foundation to be a business owner. Organizational skills are obviously very, very important. Draw from those experiences what you've known from technology, what you've known from actually the finance perspective, marketing perspective, and then really be able to implement those and follow the playbook. I can't emphasize that enough. Where I see franchisees going wrong or straying off the path is they don't follow the playbook. If you want to do your own thing, start your own business. Don't join a franchise. Franchises are made with a playbook in mind. Why? because they have a history and a track record of success. They've made the mistakes. They've hurdled those obstacles. Just follow the playbook. If you believe in the brand and the people that are supporting you, follow the darn playbook. That's my advice.
Yeah, no, and I think that's right, because it's you invest in that system, and it's amazing. People will invest in a system and they won't follow it. And that's a disaster. So, and most people, they don't have to have experience in the specific industry. Like, I don't have to be a fitness guy to invest in Body 20. I bring my business acumen, my leadership skills. I follow the Body 20 system, and I got a really good chance of success.
It's paramount, and especially when you find a franchise. Well, you don't have to be passionate about a brand, right? You don't have to fall in love with a concept. You're in this, and we're not in this to do charity, right? We're in this to be profitable. We're in this to make money, and we're in this to expand. So you don't have to fall in love with the concept. To me, look at this as a business. Look at this as an investment. You're not going to invest in a bad stock, right? If you think, oh, this is an underdog stock. I like this one. It might someday produce a. No, that's not what we're in this for. You want a horse, right? You want horsepower behind the brand. So make sure it's solvent. Make sure it's got a great team, and make sure it's got a great history and a track record, and talk to the franchisees. Those are important things when getting into a franchise and understanding it better.
Yeah, the validation is so important, right? Is people actually living it. And I agree. You don't have to fall in love with the widget. And for many of us, it's a mechanism to get to where we want to go, to build something where we can make an impact in people's lives and make money and stuff like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something we've done in the past.
That's what I love about what you do, Pete. And when I talk to candidates that you're working with, I always tell them, I said, I don't know how you found him, but he's one of the best in the industry, because you come from a great background with Ford Motor Company, and you're structured, you're organized, but you're a straight shooter, and you know the brands, you know the landmines to avoid. And that's what I love. When you send people to me to work with, man, I know they're educated and they've got a great support and infrastructure behind them, being Pete Gilfillan.
Yeah, and I think that's key, as you're looking at franchises, to follow process and have somebody there by your side helping you, because there's over 4,000 franchise concepts out there today. And so how do you find the right one? And you first figure out what you're looking for and have somebody help you find it. So absolutely. Now, Bob, I always like to find out, from your standpoint, what is the favorite book of yours? What is your favorite book?
Oh, that's a tough one. God, there's man. Well, how do you pick a favorite book? I don't even know how I'm going to answer that, Pete. I mean, I've got so many books and movies that, I'm a voracious reader. I'll tell you, I'll give you one because it kind of changed my life. It's, if you've ever heard of the gentleman named David Goggins. Yeah, he has a book called Can't Hurt Me, right? Yeah. And I've read his next one, which is Never Finished, which is just as good, if not better, than the first. But I love those motivational stories, but people that have done it. I don't want to hear what your philosophy is. Show me the track record. And man, this guy challenges himself every single day. Now, I am no David Goggins, and I'll tell you what, he has absolutely motivated me. So, there's so many, but I would say Can't Hurt Me was probably my favorite that I've read in the last decade or so. Yeah,
I got to listen to him speak, and his stories are absolutely amazing. He's a very soft-spoken guy, right? If you meet him, he's just very soft-spoken, kind of humble. But boy, the way he guts through things is unbelievable. These ultra
makes no bones about it, man. And he's not here for the patty cake, pat on the back, lift your spirits and kumbaya. No. It's brass tacks from word one.
Yeah, I listen to some of the stuff he does, and I'd be dead, I'd be just roadkill. So that's the point. What is the best advice somebody's ever given you?
I've needed so much advice in my life, Pete. Going back, probably my father. He said, don't be anyone else, is really that. And then he finished it with, be uncommon. Just be uncommon. And if you know me, Pete, I don't really do anything like everybody else does it, right? Be yourself and be yourself, not anyone else, but be uncommon. And that's probably the greatest advice that was ever given, because I wasn't blessed with the greatest mind. I'm not a great looking guy. I don't have the physique that some would want, but I am uncommon. You cannot deny that I am an uncommon individual.
Oh, Bob, you are one of my favorite people in the whole world. You're just so much fun every time
man.
we get together, for sure. For instance, all right, now we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Your favorite football team?
Well, college or pro?
College.
The University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You know that.
All right. Are you guys gonna have a good season this year?
Oh, we're going to be undefeated going into it. I can guarantee that.
All right. So you guys play first.
You know what, Pete? We're starting. The opening day is in Dublin, Ireland, and I, along with my daughter, who's, as you know, is a student there, and my wife and family and friends will all be there in Dublin cheering on the Irish.
And who do they play?
They play the Naval Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
They also do they play Ohio State too?
September 23rd, Pete.
All right. We want to put a little money in that game? I guess we're not allowed to.
We'll expect you and Katie and Shannon to come on over and join us for some fun.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of fun, right? So that'll be a good game for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, it is always a pleasure. I'm still a little mad that you didn't let me in on this Florida stuff, but
you're right down the street. You're right down the street, Pete. Please come visit.
Fair enough. Bob, congratulations on all your success. I'm looking forward to seeing even more great things from Body 20.
Thanks for listening to the Hire Yourself podcast. For more resources, check out our website at hireyourself.com. And remember to subscribe to this podcast to receive each episode. Please leave us a rating, and we'd love to hear your feedback or suggestions for topics.